Welcome to the Travel Squad podcast, where adventure meets inspiration. We're your hosts. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Jamal. Together we explore international destinations, hike epic national parks, and share unforgettable travel experiences with you, one passport stamp at a time.
Our mission is to inspire you to travel by showing you how you can make it work no matter your budget, schedule, or experience level.
We bring you along so that you can laugh, get excited, and start planning your own trip.
So grab your ticket and your passport.
And don't forget your travel insurance.
And get ready to embark on a new adventure with us around the globe.
Hey Squaddies, Travel Squad Podcast is back with Just the Tip, our Friday mini episode series where we give you quick travel stories, hacks, and recommendations to set you off into the weekend right. Today you have Kim and I am here to share with you an itinerary for what you could do in Florence, Italy in just 2 days. First, for getting into Florence, I would recommend taking the train. You can add this into a bigger itinerary where you hit Rome, Venice, other places in Tuscany, other places in the coast of Italy. But if you're just stopping into Florence for a couple of days, taking the train in is so easy. Florence really is a place to just walk around, look at the historic buildings, stop in for wine, do some shopping, have some bruschetta, go to an aperitivo, just kind of take it slower and really enjoy the art and culture there. I do think there are some must-do or must-see things while you're there. It is known for a very iconic statue, the Statue of David. There's many things Florence is known for, but this is one of them. That is at the Galleria dell'Accademia, and I would recommend going in there. There's a lot of beautiful art and sculptures in there from this time of life, history, I should say. And it's really cool to see. The Statue of David is also really cool to see. Like one of these iconic pieces of art that you've seen in movies and heard about in textbooks and whatnot. It is really cool to see it in there. There's a lot of other works by Michelangelo in this museum as well. So you want to spend a few hours walking around here. It can be crowded at some times, but it's one I recommend if you're in Florence for sure. When you're in Florence, you're going to want to do sightseeing. It's a beautiful city and it's a smaller place that's more manageable to navigate than like a big city like Rome. And so you'll want to just mosey around. I recommend going over to the Campanile di Giotto. It's the bell tower. You're going to see it if you're in Florence. If you're going to the Duomo, it's right by that and you're going to see it. Beautiful architecture, great pictures, great look of Florence. The Duomo is going to be on your list of places you want to visit as well. I would recommend booking the steps. It costs maybe 30 euros for adults and 12 for kids. So it's not too pricey, but it's a really cool experience where you get to go up 463 steps to the top of the Duomo. And you get to walk up these very old, historic feeling narrow stairways. It is really cool. So if you have the time and if you have the availability in your schedule, I would recommend doing it. It is free also just to go in. So at the very least, definitely do that. Go inside and look at the pretty paintings and architecture and adornments inside. Now, when I went to Italy, it was April of 2019. I was in Florence on Easter Sunday, and I didn't plan for this to happen. I didn't know anything about Easter in Florence. But I'm telling you, if you have the chance to be there for that, it's a really cool experience. At the Duomo, there's huge crowds that come through there for the celebrations that are happening. They light off fireworks. It's a real time down there and just a cool thing to be a part of as a tourist who never has access to things like that. Another place I would recommend bopping into is the Palazzo Medici Riccardi. This is another museum. It's an iconic, very significant cultural site in Florence. It has just very historic Renaissance architecture, like those stone brick buildings, and inside is absolutely gorgeous. It's also pretty affordable to go in. I think it's like 2 euros. You walk right in, you'll get to see the gardens, the stone walls and whatnot, and then some of the amazing adornments inside, like extremely richly decorated interiors. And it's beautiful because when you compare it to that like stone brick exterior and then that beautiful interior, it's really cool to see. I actually went in here because the person I was with believes that his family heritage traces back to the Medici family. So he really wanted to go in and it was cool. One thing you should know, squatties, There is a squat toilet here. It is the restroom located just off the garden area, and it is the original stone squat toilet of the Palazzo Medici. Very interesting. There's very few of these. In Italy, they call them Turkish toilets. There's very few of them left in Italy, and I was lucky enough to find it. I would also recommend you go to Ponte Vecchio. I could be pronouncing that wrong, so don't come for me. But you are definitely going to go to this place. It is the shopping center over a bridge in Florence. It crosses the main Arno. It's this gorgeous medieval stone closed segment of an arch bridge. There's a bunch of shops on there, tons of places to bop in and get little bites or treats. Really good place to mosey around. So if you're in Florence, there's no way you're going to miss this. And it is worth visiting. It's a cool little spot. One place I will recommend you go that maybe not everyone would have on their radar is the Piazzale Michelangelo. This is a hill. It's an outdoor hill that you go climb up to. It draws crowds every single night to watch the sunset. Everyone brings their own wine, beer, drink, whatever, and they sit together on this hill and watch the sunset. It's such a cultural experience that who knows how many centuries this has been going on for, but it's a very modern thing to do as well. I love experiencing modern culture in historic places. It's always nice to be, and like tourists and locals alike are here. So do not miss this. It's a really cool experience. You can walk there from the city center. You just cross the bridge and kind of climb up the mountain a little bit. I think there might be a bus as well, but the walk really isn't bad.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
My day kicks off with a refreshing Celsius energy drink, then straight to the gym. Pre-K pickup, back home to meal prep. Time for my fire station shift. One more Celsius, gotta keep the lights on. When the 3-alarm hits, I'm ready. Celsius. Live, fit, go. Grab a cold, refreshing Celsius at your local retailer or locate now at Celsius.com.
This episode is brought to you by Polestar. There's only one true way to experience the all-electric luxury SUV Polestar 3, and that's to take a test drive. It can go from 0 to 60 in as little as 4.8 seconds with the dynamic handling of a sports car. But to truly understand how it commands the road, you need to be behind the wheel. Up to 350 miles of range, the 3D surround sound system by Bowers & Wilkins. It's all something you have to experience to believe. So book your test drive for Polestar 3 today at polestar.com.
Hey business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.
When you are in Florence, you must shop for leather. I guess I wasn't as great of a researcher back in 2019, but I knew Florence was known for leather. I just didn't know how big the leather influence would be in Florence. And when you get there, you will see leather shop after leather shop after leather shop. It is regarded as one of the top leather capitals of the world. It has a rich tradition here in Florence of having leather craftsmanship dating back to the Middle Ages. It's in the city's roots. And why it also gets its reputation is not just that it has leather. There are leather cities across the world. Leon, Mexico, for example, is one of them. But Florence's reputation also stems from their techniques. They're extremely high quality. They're built on the skills of hands and artisans. They're very handcrafted techniques that have been passed down for generations. So it's not just shopping for leather. It's meaningful, like historical leather here. You can find jackets, tailored jackets, handmade bags, wallets, shoes, belts, anything leather you will be able to find here. I highly, highly, highly recommend you shop at Sabani Leather. That is the leather store that I shopped at when I was in Florence, and it was the best shopping experience I have ever had. At that age, I wasn't typically buying like $300, $400 jackets, and I bought one here because it was the perfect jacket. It was literally, they tailored it to my body. It was my perfect size, and the experience was just so amazing. So Sabani Leather has been around for quite a while. It opened in 1955. It's a family-run leather boutique, very much in the heart of Florence. So if you're in that city center area, you're going to be right next to it. You might as well go in and check it out. As soon as you go in, you're going to feel the way that I did. Marco, the owner, greets you like you are family. It's a very personalized experience. He gave me a glass of wine. I think he gave the guy I was with some other type of drink. He shops with you. Like, it's not an extremely busy store. Other people come in, of course, but he stays with you. He suggests jackets or whatever for you. He comments on it when you try it on. He suggests how to tailor it. And not just that, it's not just about the products. Like, he tells you about his life, asks you about your life, and you form a real bond with him because it's not a quick experience either. You're going in there, you're drinking that wine, you're shopping around, you're talking. We were in there for hours. Like, we probably could have done a lot more in Florence if we weren't hanging out in there, but that was such a unplanned but amazing shopping and just experience in general to go in there. The only reason we went in there, actually, because we were looking to buy some leather, and there's even leather kiosk type things on the streets too. You don't have to go into a store. So we hadn't yet. But when we were in Florence, we ran into my friend's friends. He didn't know they were going to be there. I don't know how he saw it, like maybe on Instagram or something. And we happened to be in Florence at the same time. So we met up with them and they said, "You've got to come to my leather shop, Sabani Leather. We always shop from him here, and we've been here like 4 times." And so they brought us in there. So immediately we were like family for that reason. But I feel like I need to pass this on. Like, go into Sabani Leather. It is a great place. And to top it all off on this experience, we came back the next day to pick up our jackets that had been tailored, but we couldn't stay too long. We needed to get over to the Piazzale Michelangelo to watch the sunset on the hill, right? And so we get in there, we get our stuff. It's still like an hour visit with him to get our jackets and everything because we're talking and all excited. And right next door to Sabani Leather is Sabani Bistro. They also own this cute small dining spot, welcoming atmosphere. They have aperitivo here. So at that hour of the day, they have on the bar a bunch of small bites like bruschettas and whatnot, and you're drinking Aperol spritzes. And so he brought us over there after we got our jackets, and we were just with a bunch of other people that were in there, had a couple drinks or maybe a shot or something. And then he gave us a bottle of wine to go up to the mountain and drink while we watched the sunset in our new leather jackets. It was like the nicest thing. Like, he didn't want us to leave. He wanted us to stay and hang out, but we had to go. But I would shop there for leather anytime I go back to Florence. In April of 2019, I did not do this next thing, but I really wish I would have had the chance to do it. I did not know this until rather recently, actually, but in Florence, Italy, wine windows, or as they call them, bucci del vino, they're a very historic tradition all across the buildings in Florence that essentially they're little windows with a curved top and a straight bottom, little windows where back in the day, they used to serve wine, Aperol Spritz, gelato, coffee. Back in the day, these little windows were used by noble families to serve wine. And there are actually over 150 wine windows in Florence. I wish that I would have known that so that I could have paid more attention to it and knew what those windows meant. A lot of them have been closed up now, though. Very few of them still serve drinks out of until recently. In 2020, during COVID, when there was a lot more social distancing stuff in place, many of these wine windows reopened and started serving drinks out of them for the first time in decades. How cool is that? Like, history not repeating itself, but morphing itself into something else. It's really cool. So now you can find more of these around Florence. I would recommend you go do something like this. I mean, you order the wine, they pop their hand out of a little window and they give it to you. And then if it's glass, you bring the glass back later. You can find a few of them in Florence, a couple that I'll name and probably pronounce terribly, but Osteria della Brace, Babè Incento Spirito, or Cantina dei Pucci. That one's really close to the Duomo, so if you're going to be near there, might as well go over there and get yourself a little window wine. You can take your drinks to go. It's not illegal to drink in public in the streets, and it's still a relatively calm little town, Florence is. Florence is also a great hub. I'll just say this last. If you want to go to Pisa, Cinque Terre, or anywhere in Tuscany, really, it's going to be a great place to be. You can do day trips. You can stay in Florence and do day trips. And I would recommend that. I would actually love to go back to Florence. Like, you could certainly do this itinerary in one day, definitely in 2 days, and still take some time to be slower. But I would love to spend a week in Florence and do a few more day trips on my next visit and drink a lot more table wine. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's Just the Tip. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and follow us on all the socials at Travel Squad Podcast. And have fun traveling this weekend.